Hey, welcome to part 10. So after them story events, we should get control back in the cargo bed of the DHV. I'm actually going to dismantle that truck because our two in here, one got kicked out. So I'm going to dismantle that one and bring my one back in with all my cargo on it. Yeah, so from here, we're going to do a order which sends you just across the water, slightly. Them small river channels. We're going to bring a new road paver online, a monorail. We're going to take a order all the way over to West Fortnite. We're going to ride the monorail all the way there. And when we get to West Fortnite, there's going to be a massive stash of special alloys. Well, there is for me in the shared locker. I hope it's there for you as well. So I'm going to put all this away. Yep, and then dismantle the truck just like before. Yeah, remember we can craft a sticky cannon now, so I'm hoping to find a truck in the shared locker that has sticky cannon on, 2 of them, and also 6 batteries. And you also want to keep an eye out for any lost cargo for West Fortnite, because that's where we're going to very shortly, probably about halfway through the video. Yeah, West Fortnite. And see that road paver and that monorail? We are going to be crafting them next, so just check how much they need. And of course we need to make sure we take out that amount of materials. Yes, that road paver and the monorail. If not on your map, they're close by. You can just go out on your bike and scan until they show up. Yes, but it's an order from F2 that also takes you across that way. It's slightly past some locations, but it's not too far. So along our way, we can just kind of do that at the same time. Yeah, so I need 1,000 metals, 1,030 ceramics, and of course some special alloys and resin for the mono. Yes, there's my off-roader. Yeah, you can't store too many unfortunately, so you'll probably have to dismantle them quite a bit if you want to keep trying to look for some in the online storage. It can be quite expensive crafting all the attachments for vehicles yourself. That's why you might see me dismantling quite a bit, trying to find a new one in the shared storage that I want. Yeah, remember to make sure you've always got a PCC level 1 with you. So what is it? 1,000 metals and 1,030 ceramics. That's quite a lot, but it's only one. Yeah, it's not like them 3 near animal shelter, where 3 of them are expensive. While we're sorting these out, guys, and just putting the materials on the truck, I just want to explain briefly how combat and stealth works in the evaluation grade. You know, your bridge link, porter grade, where all that is. You can only increase your combat and stealth grade during orders. Any enemies you knock out outside of orders, and for example, hand in lost cargo, you will not get graded. It does actually say in the tooltip for stealth and combat that only works in orders, and some orders you can get more points than what you can in other orders. There's like a limit. So for example, let's just say order 12, you can get plus 200 in stealth and plus 200 in combat, and you can't get any more. But order 13 you can get plus 650 in stealth and 650 in combat. Yeah, that's kind of how it works. So it's like a limit depending on what order you're on. And with that limit, you get points whenever you knock an enemy out. So your first enemy will give you like 80 points, the next enemy will give you 40 points each. And once you knocked out about 4 enemies and got to plus 200, whatever that limit is for that specific order, you can't get any more. So killing every single enemy, knocking them all out, will not give you any more points. You just got to reach the limit and then you can stop doing it, because knocking out any more, it's not going to help. And that's the order we're going to take now, guys. So yes, we're going to take them orders out. Let's check for lost cargo first. So yes, lost cargo for West Fortnite. That is where we're going to next. West Fortnite. Not next, but very, very shortly. So West Fortnite, because we'll be going there in person, we can deliver it ourselves. Yeah, remember, make sure you've got PCC level 1 with you. Yeah, you want to make sure it's on casual difficulty as well, because we're going to be doing a standard order in a second. Yeah, I'll come back to that point about combat and stealth grades in a sec, guys. Just get through this. So yes, make sure in casual. I'm just going to do that now. So always make save and then go into options and change it. I think it is on story, yes. It's on story from when we did them last few main orders. They're quite heavily combat orientated. So yes, order 338, that standard order. We are going to do that one next. Yeah, we're going to do that main order as well, but we'll just do this one first. So cover cargo, aid package ×4. Yeah, so we're going to do the road paver, do the monorail, and then recover that cargo, and then just come back here, guys. Yeah, we can leave the cargo for West Fort not here. You don't need it yet. We took it out, but yes, we do not need it yet. Just leave it in the private locker, get in your truck, guys, and let's go and do it. Yeah, back to evaluation grades and combat and stealth. Yes, like I say, there's a limit on it. You can only get a specific amount per each order, and that's order dependent. It's not difficulty related. I have checked. Difficulty does not affect how many combat or stealth points you get. It depends on how many enemies you knocked out, and if you remain undetected, and if you do it in stealth. Now, if you knock an enemy out, you get points towards threat elimination. Whenever you stealth an enemy, you get points towards stealth elimination. But when you stealth knock out an enemy, that gives you points towards stealth and threats. Whereas knocking out an enemy who is aware of you only give you points towards threat. So you always want to try to stealth enemies if you can. And you also get points for being undetected, so not getting discovered at all during that order will normally give you like an extra 100 or 200 points. But because there's a limit, what I'll try and do is I'll find that limit for each order where we're going to be stealth attacking enemies. Probably not going to start until part 13. Yes, part 13 is when I was testing all this, guys, and figured it all out. But I'll let you know, like, in this order, we're going to stealth kill 4 enemies, no more. Because I know 4 enemies is going to take you up to the cap. And if you stealth knock out 5th enemy, 6th enemy, 7th, you're not going to get any more points. Yes, I'm going to let you know about this. And good thing about this, it's going to allow us to increase our stealth and combat, but in an optimal fashion and not waste any more time. Yeah, if I knew about this earlier, we would have probably knocked out some enemies when we did that order where we recovered 3 pieces of cargo. You know, from that mule camp, where I said before there's like just too many enemies, so I just drove straight in, grabbed the 3 cargo on my bike, and then got out. If I knew about this back then, we would have stealth knocked out a few enemies. But yes, part 13, that's when we're going to start stealth attacking enemies. We're mainly going to be using the sniper rifle to begin with. Sniper rifle, yes, it's loud, and you do get the tutorial telling you be very careful when using it because it gives away your location. But if you do it outside of the mule camp radius, yes, you have to be quite far away and shoot it. It doesn't, I mean, the enemies do get a bit triggered, but they do not get triggered to your location, so you can easily get stealth knockouts with the tranq rifle, even though it's not silenced. Yeah, you can do it quite easily. You've got to make sure you're outside the range of the mule camp radius, so it's quite, you have to be quite far away. But yeah, it does work quite well. So yeah, part 13, the order we do there, we're going to knock out 4 enemies in stealth. That'll get us like plus 200 towards threat, 200 towards stealth. Threat is combat, by the way, and 100 towards being undetected. And being undetected gives you points towards stealth. So I've just bought the monorail and the road paver online. I'm going to continue over here, guys. Yeah, look how close this order is. So just do this order as we bring them online. I'm actually going to use that monorail for this next order after this, that next main order. Just bear in mind, one of these pieces of cargo might actually be in the water, flowing downstream. So keep an eye out for it. Don't take too long, or if you are, just keep an eye out for that cargo in the water, guys. If it gets too far downstream, I'm not entirely sure what happens. It probably does just stop eventually. It's probably like programmed to stop. But yeah, if you sit in the water, Yeah, it's just near the edge. You can just walk in and grab it. This where sticky gun would come in useful. Things like this. Yeah, when we get to West Fortnite a bit later, in the shed locker there's always like thousands of special alloys for me. On every account I've been playing this on, 3 accounts in total. Yeah, there's always thousands of special alloys in that shed locker. And if you want even more, what you could do is you could stop off in the mine along the way to West Fortnite, because that will also have a lot. I didn't stop off there, but I did check it a bit later by just going on the map screen. And yeah, if you go on the map screen and highlight a prepper or shelter, guys, you can press X and it shows you all the cargo there in the locker. Yeah, and if you go on the shed locker on that mine, you'll see loads inside it. You'll probably see it on West Fortnite as well, actually, if you do it there. But yeah, so much special alloys in the shed lockers. So I've got one more piece to get. There it is. Yep, that is all the cargo flats order.
Well done, Sam. That's the last of the cargo. Let's head to our destination and make the delivery.
Yes, this should be another S rank, hopefully. Yeah, after that main order to West Fortnite, we'll come back here on the DHV. Yeah, good thing about the West Fortnite order, I know you can't transfer cargo on the DHV, but because it's on the monorail, you can just ride it all the way there. And the journey time, I'm just going to fast forward the video slightly, guys, because yeah, you still can't skip monorail journeys. You have to just watch the whole thing. Yeah, I think this one's about 4 minutes in total. So yeah, you see left there, around the side of that mountain. We'll come back along there in part 11 or 12. I think it's might be part 12 actually. No, it's part 11. We come back along here and back here to West Fortnite. Right, so deliver this order and let's ride the monorail. Yeah, so hopefully get an S rank, guys, providing you didn't damage your cargo too much.
Oh, I see you're back.
Yeah, the requirements was to bring all 4 and also to have 5% or less cargo damage. And I've just unlocked the combat hieroglyphs.
Bet you could use more material.
Yeah, sometimes you will get points towards combat stealth anyway in like some orders, but when it's a very low amount of points, it's normally because you don't go anywhere near enemies along that route. So I'm going to craft them combat hieroglyphs. Yeah, when there's enemies along the route, you normally get more points on them specific orders. So again, just check the share locker for any cargo for West Fortnite. Yeah, that's our next destination. Yeah, you don't need anything else when it comes to materials. You can lob all them back in the private locker or leave them in your truck. Yeah, so I took out that lost cargo I left in the private locker earlier for West Fortnite. So that order we're going to do, order 20, deliver all aid packages and cargo printer parts to F1. Yes, order 20. So there's quite a lot of cargo here. Yeah, quite a lot of cargo. There's a pickup. There's the one I wanted, guys. Look at that. 6 batteries and 2 sticky cannons. Yeah, 2 batteries. 6 batteries and 2 sticky cannons. Yeah, take that one out. You can have 1 sticky cannon and 1 machine gun, but I prefer to have either 2 of one and 2 of the other. You know, so when you just have 1 of each, it just takes a bit too long to like kill enemies or or to pick up a piece of lost cargo when there's like multiple around. You have to pick up one by one. But yeah, when you've got two, you'll just pick it all up a lot quicker. So lob all that. Yeah, so all them parts of the main order, you can put them in your truck. That's it. Come into features, use the monorail, and you want to go to West Fortnite. So this is why I've been building the monorail up to this point. Look at that, I can just ride it all the way to the order location, guys, the target location. So use monorail, put a truck inside it, make sure you get the right one. West Fortnite, like I say, if you do want to check out the mine for materials, check out the mine first, go to the mine, and then you can go from the mine to West Fortnite afterwards. Remember, make sure you've got that lost cargo with you as well for West Fortnite. Okay, so I'm going to fast forward this slightly. Yeah, I'm going straight to West Fortnite, but yeah, it might be a good idea to stop at the mine on the way. You don't actually have to pick the mine. If you pick the furthest location, when you enter the mine, when you pass through it, you can actually get a prompt to stop off. Right, so we're here. Yes, very, very easy order. All you have to do is use a monorail and wait about 4 minutes. So once you arrive, deliver and report. Yeah, you can deliver all that at once. It depends how high you've got to West Fortnite at the moment. But if you've got to pass level 3 already, then it's going to take a lot to get it to level 4. So yeah, you don't really need to give it anything in parts. Unless of course you're under level 3. If you're under level 3, then you may want to hold a few things back and deliver it separately. Yeah, so that attachment I just got from raise my porter grade to 30, I think, and a little bit more. From here, we need to go all the way back to that place just came from. Yep, the F2 depot. Yeah, but we can do a easy order. So you see that order? That standard order delivery, 297. Yes, take out 297. Yeah, you're going to see how easy this one is. Yes, take out order 297. Any decent new APIS enhancements I can unlock? Yeah, I always like to unlock them sharing boost ones because it makes more things appear on the map from other players. Yeah, sharing boost. And the strand contract, you might want to go for that as well, because with that you can use the strand contract with players, and it will make more of their stuff in their world appear in your game. So even though they're not necessarily your friends, if you just form a strand contract with multiple people in your SSS, you get more of their stuff appear in your world. Yeah, and that battery efficiency boost is a good one to get as well. So make your battery in your vehicles last about, I think it says 8% longer. Yeah, so order we took on. Yeah, so what you can also do is check in the shared locker if there's any lost cargo for F2. Yep, any lost cargo for F2. Yeah, look at all these special alloys. Look at all them. There's got to be, what there? What, do you reckon there's about 7,000 or something? It's a lot. Yeah, I guess a lot of players are just spamming special alloys in the shared locker here. So I'm going to put all that in my truck and take it up to DHV. Yeah, so I'm going to keep that truck, 6 batteries and my 2 sticky cannons. I'm going to take out the Kyle crystals in the actual depot storage. And anything else, but it's not really much in there. I don't know, actually, it's a lot of metals. It'd be nice if we find a stash like that of like ceramics or metals. There will be one video, I think it's part 11 or 12. We go back to, do you know the government base? And that very first mine we brought to online. That very first mine, if you remember, you could build ceramics there. And we go back there once we unlock the zip lines, and I just put a few zip lines down so that you can just warp to the government base, quickly use zip lines to get to that mine, grab any ceramics guys, and then get back to DHV really quick. Yeah, I set up like a bit of a zipline network so you can quickly and easily grab ceramics if you need them. So what I'm doing now is I'm sending, yes, see that main order? I'm going to send it to the monorail, send it to F2 South Depot on the monorail. Yep, send only the main order. Do not need to send the materials, just send that main order to F2 South Depot Centre on the monorail. So that order will be there once you arrive. You remember that was order 297. I just sent the cargo for that order. And then what we do after that, we'll warp there in the DHV, get there mega quick. And because it won't quite have arrived, we'll just rest in the private room, guys, to make it get there quicker. Yes, when you rest in the private room, I haven't quite tested exactly how long yet, but it advances time. When we do get a time delivery, which is like 60 minutes or something, I'll rest in the private locker, just find out exactly how much time it advances. It might be just 30 minutes like the first game. But yeah, I want to know exactly how much time it puts you forward. Yeah, so all the materials, bring them in your truck up to DHV, of course. Yeah, look at all these. Yeah, put them all in your DHV for later. Yeah, lob them all in your private locker. Yeah, I took out a floating carrier level 2 because you might need that a bit later. You can always craft one if you need to. You don't have to take it out from storage, shed storage. Just these things can be quite expensive. And if you really want to min-max how much materials you're getting, by the way, every time I come across a share locker, so you see me taking out a lot of, I was taking out a lot of lost cargo, wasn't I, previously from the share locker. But what you could, if you wanted, take out everything, including all the weapons and things like ladders, ropes, take everything out and recycle it. Yeah, because you can recycle things and get even more materials. I might start doing that a bit later. Yeah, recycle things. Just keep doing that all the time because there's online storage updates quite a lot. Yeah, we can get all that out. So I'm just going to come back down here now and get, yeah, the rest of the materials. And I'm just going to deliver that lost cargo I just got. Yeah, it's just some lost cargo in there for West Fortnite. So let's chop that off. Get a few more likes. Not many. But it all adds up over time. Yeah, my combat and stealth is so low. 14 and 13.
Order completed. Well done.
Yeah, let's go back up. So yeah, it's no more materials to... I managed to get all the materials in my truck, so I don't need to grab any more. I was just coming down to deliver that lost cargo.
Thank you, Sam.
So back up here into the DHV, and now we're going to warp, yeah, back over to F2 South Depot Centre. That's it. So warp over here, guys, and we're going to get ready for the next order. Yeah, we'll complete that standard order here as well. That one we sent over the monorail. Remember, do not deliver any cargo on the DHV when you're transporting, because if you do, yes, if you move any cargo, remember, you'll get the DHV Magellan rank, and what that means is you will not get any rating. So you will not get an S rank at all, and you get like way less likes, probably like 90% less likes. That's why we sent the cargo on the monorail, and we warped on the DHV ourselves. You could have gone on the DHV, on the monorail yourself, but I just came on the DHV because it takes about, what, 20 seconds, whereas monorail takes about 4 minutes. So all I did then is I went in the private locker, because I went on the map and you can actually check where the monorail is because you can see the order in it, and it's had quite a bit of time. So I went in the private room to speed up time, and now it should have arrived. Yeah, you can check the shared locker as well for any lost cargo for the F2 depot, because we're going down there next. And then once you're ready, guys, head down. As you can see, the order has arrived. Yeah, so what we're going to do now, I'm going to drive forward slightly and uncover the next 2 road pavers, because when we set out for the next main order, we want to be building them along the way. There will be more, but I'm going to let you know exactly how much materials to take out for the other road pavers, which you can't quite see yet. Yeah, I've got no lost cargo inside it or any order cargo, so I'm just going to drop down that ledge. Damage is not a problem at the moment. So you've got one road paver there, and there's one a little bit further ahead. Like I said, there's actually two more. Yeah, when we do this next main order, we're going to be doing 4 road pavers and 1 mine. Like I say, if you can just find out how much these two cost, then we'll just take out some extra materials in our truck to do the others. But I'll let you know roughly how much they cost. That's it. I'll just uncover the other one. Yeah, that one there, and this one here. So yes, now back to the depot, guys. Let's hand in that order. Yeah, there'll be a lot of enemies here as well. I defeat most of them. Yeah, actually, to be honest, just remembering now, we have to defeat all the enemies in this camp coming up in the next video. Because if you don't, they cannot build the roads, and you cannot craft the mine either. And we want to be crafting the mines as early as possible, because over time other players will be putting their own materials inside the mine, so you can go back and take them out whenever you want to for a massive chunk of materials. Yeah, if the enemies are still alerted to you, it does not let you interact with the terminals. So back down here into F2 South Depot Centre. Yeah, so I'm going to deliver that order, guys. It came on the monorail, a nice easy S rank. Yeah, nice easy S rank that one is.
There's them. How did you manage to get?
Yeah, and I got 100 points towards stealth because I was undetected. To be honest, if we took out some enemies while the order was in progress, we'd have probably got more points. So if I knew about this then, we could have probably warped to a mule camp somewhere, took out some enemies and then warped over here. Would have worked really well. But yeah, part 13, that's when we're going to start defeating enemies a bit more, guys, which we don't necessarily need to, but just in order to build our combat and stealth grades. Yeah, so these are all the materials in a private lock here. I think I put these here earlier. Yeah, did I put them here earlier? But you're going to take them out now and take them up to the DHV. Yes, lost cargo we want is after this we're going to be going to the Dowser. You're actually going to the Dowser and then back here. But after the Dowser, the DHV actually warps to near the Northern Environmental Observatory automatically during story events, and when that happens, if there's any cargo on board, it does not reduce your rank. Because it moved during story events, it doesn't affect your rank, so it's one little way to get around that penalty when you use it. Yeah, but you have to know when it happens in the story in order to utilise that. So I just cut all the lost cargo. Yeah, it'll warp later, it'll warp near the Northern Environmental Observatory. So you want to take out any lost cargo for the Northern Environmental Observatory, and if you want to, you can also take some out for like Animal Shelter, Rainey's Shelter, or the Rainbow Valley, because you can drop all that cargo off at the Northern Observatory ready for later. Yeah, kind of like a halfway point. Then later in the story when we come back, or to grind, we can just take out that cargo and deliver it to the Animal Shelter and whatnot nearby. Yes, like I say, take out any lost cargo for the Northern Environmental Observatory and put it on you, and if you want, for the Animal Shelter, Rainbow Valley and Rainey's Shelter as well. But yeah, definitely the Northern Environmental Observatory. You can take some out for West Fortnite if you want as well. You can actually lob that on the monorail and send that there right now. Yeah, just put it on the monorail and send it there. And then once you're ready, guys, yes, take out that order. Yeah, once you've got the order, come up here. Going to go in the DHV and get ready. Yeah, like I say, because the DHV is going to be going over to the Northern Observatory a bit later during story events, we can lob all our lost cargo in there and it will not get any penalty. Yeah, that's the only reason you can use it to transport cargo, when it's during story events and it moves automatically. Yeah, your cargo will not be affected. Right, let's lob all that in the private locker. Yeah, because we're actually going to take the truck with us. Because we need to take a lot of cargo. We actually need to pick up a person as well. And if you remember, same as the first game, you put a person on your back and it means you cannot carry any cargo. So unless you have the truck, you're not going to be able to take a lot of cargo at all once you pick up this person. And there's going to be quite a lot of lost cargo we pick up on the way to this next prep of the dowser. So yes, these are all the materials which I need, I think. Yeah, so I've got 1600 metals and about 1600 ceramics and about 1000 special alloys. 1600 metals, 1600 ceramics and 1000 special alloys. That should be enough. Yeah, it should be enough. And we can take out all this lost cargo and put it in the private locker for later. Yes, take out all the lost cargo from shared locker, guys, and put it in private locker. We'll come back to that in a video too for now. Yes, we've got 1600 metals, 1600 ceramics and 1000 special alloys ready for part 11. We're going to build them 2 road pavers, a 3rd and 4th road paver, and also bring another mine online in this next order. So save your game, guys, and then that'll be it for part 10. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on 11 tomorrow.
Hey!